All right, guys, what's going on? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And I just had a ridiculous idea with XDefiant, and quite frankly, I think that this game, I think we could all agree, or most of us can at least agree, that this game definitely needs a shot in the arm, and I have the perfect idea in terms of what I think needs to happen that will literally shock the XDefiant community in a good way. And at the same time, it would even kind of shock the gaming world to a certain degree. And it's something that it's never been done before. And XDefiant is in a position to do this. So first of all, before getting into what I have in mind, that is very practical, by the way, and they can do this, believe it or not, is simply this. I just wanted to say thank you very much. We have reached 3,000 subscribers. As of the time this video goes up, I still may be at 2,999 or whatnot, but we did reach 3,000 yesterday, and then I guess somebody unsubscribed. I mean, it's just the way the YouTube thing works. I had a feeling that that would happen anyway, but we still got there, and we're pretty much there, so I just wanted to say thank you all so very, very much. Your support has been tremendous. Now, without wasting any more of your time, what exactly in the hell am I talking about, right? I haven't really seen any other content creator talk about this, and hopefully this actually, at least so far, I haven't seen any other content creator covering XDefiant talking about this, and it's right there sitting in front of our faces, right? And there's something that they can do. So, and they literally have a chance to do this, and it will literally shock the gaming space because nobody else has ever done it like this before, right? Okay. So obviously, I think a lot of us can agree that XDefiant could use a shot in the arm, right? As of the game has been out for like, what, 6 weeks now, we know that there's the game's problems and issues are starting to show more and more, which is fine. And obviously, a lot of us content creators and a lot of us dedicated players that don't necessarily do content have been aware of the issues that the game has, obviously, right? Okay, so exactly what am I talking about? Jack, quit blue balling us and tell us. Now, we all know at this point that everything for year one has already been finished with XDefiant, if not damn close to finish, right? And somebody in my comment section earlier today basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that the devs have it basically until season 2 to fix a lot, if not all the issues that the game has, or else it's doomed. And we don't even have to worry about Black Ops 6 anymore, right? Because we know Black Ops 6 is coming. One way or another, it's going to have an impact on XDefiant. But at the same time, I don't think, no matter what can happen, I don't think it could actually kill XDefiant because XDefiant has itself to worry about at this point, right? Because if XDefiant plays its cards right, it's going to survive one way or another. And it's always going to be a back and forth between you know, every new Call of Duty coming out and XDefiant continuing to do what it does, okay? So what kind of shot in the arm am I talking about? Well, everything for year one is done already, if not close to being done. I say they release the majority, okay? I would say they release at least half of the content they finished and save the other half for like 3 or 4 months later or something like that. I would say they release the content in terms of the maps, the weapons, right? We all know we got Prestige mode coming. We know we have, you know, we got Bomb coming. We already have Capture the Flag, but we already know that they have a few other things in terms of game modes and stuff like that in the works and et cetera, et cetera. I say they release, they do like a complete season overhaul to where it's like, okay, their yearly roadmap was like this. I say they change the roadmap and say, you know what? We're going to give you guys even more content, and we're going to give you a bigger chunk every single time. And I think they need to start with season 2. It's a ridiculous idea, I know. And it's something that's never really done before, right? So it's something to do an overhaul like that. Like if you guys thought that the Call of Duty World War II overhaul was a big deal, in which it was, respectfully speaking, this kind of seasonal roadmap, this year one roadmap overhaul, so to speak, to give people, you know, bigger content drops, so that way they could, you know, so that way they could be even happier and stuff like that, and continue to prove that, like, hey, you know, we said you guys are first, and you know, boom, boom. You know, I think this would send a big ripple in the gaming space. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of players, even for the ones that aren't too happy with XDefiant, would be like, okay, whoa, you know, we definitely weren't expecting this. It's like, holy crap, these guys are serious. Now, for those of us that are truly dedicated about the game, like, we know that the developers are serious, right? And obviously, we also know that there's been a decent amount of people that have actually lost faith into the game as well. And I think this is a really good 2-for-1. And if anything, this is like a 1-2 punch, because this would also help to restore the faith in those that have lost the faith, so to speak. It's like, okay, Call of Duty sure as hell wouldn't do this. I mean, hell, XDefiant's already doing things that Call of Duty wouldn't do or hasn't done or whatnot. But at the end of the day, I think this is a big deal. A really, really big deal. And I think they need to basically do a seasonal overhaul. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I think since they're already a year ahead, give us at least half the content you made, right? Give us another, 6 guns. Give us another 6 maps or so, right? And any game modes that you guys might have had that you're in the works for, in terms of things like bare bones, free for all, party games and stuff like that, and obviously prestige mode to go with it, etc., etc. Do it. Okay, we all know that the problems with the netcode and stuff like that, we all know that that's something that's going to take more time, because it's a bigger issue and it's something that the devs have to tackle with tremendously, right? It's kind of like the cheating issue, so to speak. It's going to be something that the devs are going to have to tackle time and time again. However, unlike the cheating issue, there is an end game when it comes to the netcode, right? Once you get to the point to when the netcode is working the way it's supposed to do, you're pretty much done. Yeah, you're pretty much done at this point, right? With the cheating, unfortunately, that's never going to be done. It's something that they're always going to have to work on, etc., etc. But I say it needs a seasonal overhaul. Release content ahead of time. Change the seasonal overhaul and just give this game a shot in the arm, because quite frankly, not only does it need to basically do this for itself, but also just to basically prove all the haters wrong, and in a bigger way. Now I know, and again, I said this, and I tip my hat to the developers. Like, they've already been doing a tremendous job of not only trying to prove people wrong by their transparency and by the way they're handling things in terms of like what we got with the XP and all that kind of stuff, and with everything that we know is coming. But let's put it this way: they're a year ahead, okay, in terms of all the content that they've developed, right? They've had all that time, right, while they had, those delays or whatnot, and part of what they were working on was they wanted to get ahead and finish Season 1 stuff. Okay, that's great. And now that they finished it, I think it's time to use it. I kid you not. Now, I know some of you in the comment section might say, well, this is a little premature at this point. I think this is a little too soon. And my counter to that is, I respectfully disagree. I think it needs it now. You know why? Because XDefiant is still fresh. XDefiant is still fresh, and it's still on so many people's minds. And as you guys know, it's all about timing. And let's not mention this, okay? We still have time until Black Ops 6 comes out. Now, we know that Black Ops 6 is going to take the attention, some attention away from XDefiant. It's going to be, in a lot of players' eyes, it's going to be, oh my gosh, the biggest thing since sliced bread. And just like year after year, people are going to notice that it's going to be another year as usual, and there's going to be disappointments to be had. And about 3 months later, as far as the multiplayer is concerned, if not sooner, players are going to be kind of like done with it at that point, right? So, and the reason why I'm saying that is not because I'm trying to hate on Call of Duty, but because it's what's happened year after year. And what's going on right now that's changed? Has anything changed in terms of the formula about how they're promoting the game and all that kind of stuff? The pre-orders, the way they're handling it, obviously Game Pass prices have increased already. Like, has Activision done anything different? Even though that Microsoft bought them, have they done anything different in terms of how Call of Duty is being handled and promoted and all that kind of stuff? No. Has the community acted any different towards Call of Duty? No. As a matter of fact, I've heard that Black Ops 6, the Vault Edition, which is the most expensive edition, is already setting records, and we haven't really seen Call of Duty Next yet. We still have like over a month to go. We've got like, what, 6 weeks or so until Call of Duty Next goes up? It's like, come on, dude. And it's already setting records. Like, nothing is changing, so therefore with Call of Duty, nothing will change. So, as far as change is concerned, this is where XDefiant can totally take advantage, because right now there's no other game in comparison of this kind that is in the limelight other than XDefiant, and they still have plenty of time until Black Ops 6 comes out. So I would say do that. It needs a Season 1 overhaul, a Year 1 overhaul. Simple as that. I think we need to do this. I think XDefiant needs to do this, and I would really like to know in the comment section, do you agree with me? Wouldn't you like to see, like, for instance, for Season 2, like, let's say, you know what, we were going to do this, and now we're deciding to change it up and give you double, at least double. I mean, I'm not necessarily suggesting they should do the entire Year 1 content in Season 2. I don't think they need to go that drastic, but I think if they give us, like, half of what they've done in order to give us like a really big shot in the arm and to really just kind of hit everything into overdrive while they're simultaneously tackling the netcode and all that kind of stuff and continuing to do improvements on that, I think it's something that XDefiant really needs. And I think it's better to be ahead than to get behind. And right now, since XDefiant has all the attention, even if it's negative attention, doesn't matter. Since XDefiant has all the attention now, I think this is a way to really send a ripple across the gaming universe. So with that being said, guys, I'd really like to know down in the comment section what you guys think. And I'm sure content creators that happen to see this video might think twice about this. They might think about this and say, huh, this is actually very interesting. And who knows, they might even make videos talking about this themselves. So with that being said, guys, that concludes this video. I apologize if there's any background noise in this commentary. I'm recording at a completely different time than I usually do, and I can't really do anything about the noise in the background because of where I live, so I apologize. I do run filters, but again, I can only do so much. But with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to watch and or listen. Can't wait to hear your feedback on this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.